Do you agree with the way that the college football playoff rankings were ordered, 1 through, let's say, 8, Desmond?
Yes, I didn't have a problem whatsoever. I didn't think there was an argument for anything outside of the way that they ranked the teams. I know people talked about probably the Buckeyes being ranked a little higher than the Sooners. I don't see how people could rationally think that unless you're just a person who subscribes to knee-jerk reactions and you become a prisoner of the moment, then I get it. But if you really look at the body of work throughout a season, then it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to even consider ranking Ohio State over Oklahoma.
So walk me through the nuts and bolts of that take, Des.
Well, it's just what you see. I mean, first and foremost, the eye test. I mean, before that game, I mean, you look at the Buckeyes, and if you look at the performance against the Wolverines as being who they are, then they've underperformed pretty much the whole year, meaning they've won games. You know, they came out on top in the score when the final score was posted. But as far as what they looked like in those games, I mean, they struggled. They should have lost against Maryland. They struggled against Nebraska. They struggled against, let me see, who else? They struggled against Penn State. Penn State should have won that game. I mean, they had an inexplicable call on 4th and 5 that still baffles everyone who watched that game. And you just go down the line. So in my opinion, if you're looking at the performance on the field, not just the record, then they've underperformed their talent level that they showed us that Saturday. Or Saturday was just a game they just played above their heads. You don't know until they take the field again. And then how about the Purdue game? I mean, come on. I mean, you lose by, what 4 touchdowns to a Purdue team? So, and then you look at Texas. I mean, you look at Oklahoma, and their only loss was a shootout by 3 points to a ranked Texas team. So I don't even see where the comparisons are equal when you look at the performances on the field. When Oklahoma beat a team during the season, after that game, they didn't just beat them, in the scores department. They beat these teams where you understood Oklahoma was the best team on the field that day. When Ohio State beat Michigan State, when they beat Nebraska, Maryland, you didn't walk away thinking, okay, the Buckeyes are the best team on the field. The only time in my opinion, the only time you really walked away thinking that was last week when they played Michigan. So I don't see where it's even comparable where you would try to compare Ohio State, especially their body of work, to Oklahoma's body of work so far this season.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.